With the proliferation of content today, I don't care if it's on Medium, if it's on a corporate blog or whatever, you can't just be churning out stuff. It's not good enough. There's too much noise. People are going to naturally gravitate to the content that solves their problems, that shows that you understand their needs and their pain points, and that you have a solution for them.
Chuck, can you tell us a little bit more about what you're currently up to and who you are?
For about the last 15 years, I've started and run a site on visual thinking tools like mind mapping, concept mapping, diagramming. And right now I've started in the last year a newsletter called The Catalyst. The whole focus is trying to help creative entrepreneurs to elevate their thinking.
That's amazing. And excuse me if the question sounds a little bit silly, but why are you actually taking notes?
We all have so much information at our fingertips, and there are things that I see that I find interesting and that I want to be able to capture. And so I've been using Evernote for about 10 years to do that. I've probably got about 6,000 or 7,000 notes, but like many people, I now have a big pile of notes that don't really connect with each other. This huge storehouse of information that I'm just not using. And I guess it hadn't really occurred to me to try and take content production to the next level using a second brain. I mean, it's been there as the kind of the container and the medium in which I write, but your course helped me to see that there's so much more that can be done. And this platform, if you will, that you've put together very simply, very elegantly, helps to do that in a way that I guess I hadn't really considered that much before. I've got so much knowledge and so many ideas that are in my second brain that are just stillborn, if you will. They're there, but there's not really any value coming from them. So it's missing out on some potentially great opportunities to come up with really valuable ideas that are already sitting there in bits and pieces. I just can't connect them.
What other courses did you take when it comes to note-taking and building a second brain?
An early iteration of Tiago Forte's Building a Second Brain. And, it's a very good system, but it didn't really help me in terms of content creation. It helped me to understand that, I should have systems and processes for capturing and curating ideas and adding to them kind of on an iterative basis to create these intermediate packets. But then what then?
What are the things that you liked actually in the course?
Well, like I alluded to earlier, I truly understood the power and potential of Obsidian's graph view for the first time when I went through it. I mean, I understood that it displays your notes in a visual format. It shows the relationships. I got that. But I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do with it? What does it make possible? And that wasn't obvious by look. And when you started showing how to create groups and color code them and how you can filter things out and actually use the tool set to get things done in a content creation process, the light bulb went on for me. The idea of creating notes for desires and pain points, I'm a marketer and I'm very keenly focused in my work and in my avocation on trying to understand what people's pain points are and the problems they're trying to solve. And with the proliferation of content today, I don't care if it's on Medium, if it's on a corporate blog or whatever, you can't just be churning out stuff. It's not good enough. There's too much noise. People are going to naturally gravitate to the content that solves their problems, that shows that you understand their needs and their pain points, and that you have a solution for them. Taking that to the point of connecting it to notes that you've collected around the pain points and desires is, I think, brilliant. Because it's a great reminder as you're connecting the dots and building something, a piece of content, that is something that needs to be woven in there in order for it to be effective, in order for it to be engaging.
I really like to really look at any piece of content that you're putting out there, no matter which niche you are in building blocks, right? So you're building actually a bridge between where the prospect is right now and where do they want to go, right? And to their angle. And every piece of content that you're putting out there, it's like, like a brick, and it helps them actually to build this bridge. And, especially when you're really putting into practice, like what I teach in the course, and especially when it comes to, isolating your ideas, like you end up with a lot of bricks that you can then mix and match between them. And it really gives you so many building blocks that you can really play around with to actually never run out of content ideas.
Your analogy of a bridge is an excellent one, because it's something you have to painstakingly build a little bit at a time. It doesn't happen overnight.
How do you feel right now, actually, after taking this course?
I feel a sense of possibility. After I finished the course last week, I just had this really positive feeling about it as I started moving some content into Obsidian and started rebuilding my second brain in this platform using your methods. I just felt like it's an opportunity to start over and to take the best of what I've captured before and enhance it and connect it. And I'm really looking forward to enhancing my content creation with this. I think it's an excellent system.
There are so many courses out there. I actually have, a lot of students who took also building a second brain, and you can actually check out, the testimonials on my website. But what would you say to someone who's actually hesitant and doesn't really know, well, should I jump on board or not?
I think it's well worth it. There's no question in my mind that it's worth many times what you're charging for it. Like anyone else, I was skeptical. I've been a devotee of building a second brain for quite a while now, and I wasn't sure how much meat there would be in this course, if there would be enough there to really focus it in on the needs of content creators. And of course, being a content creator, I was kind of holding up a pretty high bar to see if you would actually come up with some unique insights and processes and things that would actually improve what I was doing. And I was quite pleased to see that it delivered on all counts. I mean, it's got some great advice, some great techniques. If you're not sure about investing in it, you're going to get way more value out of it than what you're paying for the course. It's going to free up your creativity. It will allow you to produce more and better content, faster, higher quality, more focused on the needs of your audience. It's going to help you in all those areas. I don't know about the other people who are going to be listening to this, but I work full time. I work on my blog and my Medium posts and my newsletter and other things in my spare time. So I'm only able to work at this in small chunks of time. And so I need something that's flexible, that's easy, that I don't have to do heavy lifts every time I'm going to write something. And I think this system fits very well with my needs and with other busy people.